How do I get out of paying a mortgage? Good day, everybody. QandAcop here, Connor MacIvor. Question on Quora. How do I get out of paying a mortgage? Well, a few different ways. Back in the last depression of the real estate market, that was the end of 2006, and that kicked off the beginning of 2007 when that large subprime bank failed, and then all the other banks started to fail like dominoes because of all the loans that were written without a lot of verification being done in those processes of getting those loans together for people that were buying real estate in the years preceding the fall of the market. What they started to have happen is they started to notice that their houses weren't worth anywhere near what they were paying. And then, by chance of hardships occurring in their lives, they went to the bank via a real estate agent, and they asked to see if they could sell their property for less than what they owed. That's known as a short pay, or the newer term today is a short sale. So they would go to the bank and they would say, listen, we owe you $500,000, but the property's only worth $300,000. Mr. or Mrs. Bank, can we sell the property for less than what's owed? And then you found out that most of the banks were pretty happy to allow that to happen, because if not, the property went to foreclosure. And a lot of the times with the foreclosure properties, it was a lot more expensive to rehab those and put those on the market, just for the simple fact that a lot of people, when they were exiting stage left, they didn't really care about dinging corners or breaking things or flooding the house or pouring quickset concrete into the main pipes, that sort of thing. So we saw a lot of that damage happen, so the banks were more than happy to say, okay, short sale, absolutely right. The other way would be to, if you have equity in your house, of course, that's the simplest. You sell your house and that gets you out of the mortgage. Again, these are all going to be dependent on when you bought the house and your particular credit profile, and also the loan and lending processes you have with that particular lending institution. But those are the two different ways to get out of it. And of course, you could have somebody come in and purchase the house cash. Just make sure all that money goes and pays off the bank, so on and so forth. Connor MacIvor, QandAcop. Be safe. How do I get out of paying a mortgage, part B? Let's go ahead and tack on to this real quick. Another way would be to have somebody assume that mortgage. Somebody come in and actually qualify with the bank, but it's going to be dependent on the bank and the laws that exist in your local area as to how detailed and how much of a process that's going to be. But that's another way you can get out of a mortgage. And of course, if you do want to change title on the property, make sure you speak with a legal professional and make sure that that's legally done, because the bank's going to have an issue if you move your name off with nobody else being responsible, if in fact that's even possible. I'm Connor MacIvor, QandAcop, part B.